Dr. John Bones, lead us in prayer.
John, lead us in prayer.
Our Heavenly Father, we are just human people. We don't understand a whole lot, obviously. But we just pray that this county will come together and stay together, and we can see good things accomplished. Lord, for years and years, Breathitt County's been so good, and Satan's trying to destroy it. But greater are you that sent us than Satan that's of the world. The Bible says, if you lack wisdom, ask. And so we're asking, Lord, for guidance and direction. Bless these magistrates and other people here tonight, and may we come together. A house divided will fall. We don't want that. But somehow help us to work these things out for the good of our county and the good of our people. In Jesus' name, and everybody said, amen. God is good.
This time I'd like to make a motion to Mr. Bush here, the chairman, be the chairman of this meeting.
Second.
Sorry.
Aye. Yeah. Everybody knows me, I think. It's very, I know there are circumstances we're gathered here. We thought we was going to have a meeting in the courtroom. I guess the courthouse hall will be just as good. First of all, I'd like to say we approached Judge Noble on March the 9th concerning some issues with the county, budget issues, and other things. And he said he didn't have a problem with it. He said on the time, we called it 6 o'clock that particular day, and he said he probably, that would be a bad time for him. So he said, what about 2 o'clock? So we said, okay, 2 o'clock's fine. He said, well, I'll do all the notifications, we'll call the meeting and discuss what we need to discuss. That was Thursday, last Thursday. Okay, we had a real good meeting with him, trying to work out the difference, trying to, for the better of everybody in this county. Okay, then we had a meeting Friday with Sandy Donahue about the Elkview project and about the grant. We was trying to get money for that, continue that project up there in Frankfurt. And we met again with him. We had more issues we needed to talk about. And he told us he'd be in his office there, if we beat him back, that he would meet us, just wait on us in his office. So we did. We had a real good meeting, I thought, at the time. And I guess it was 2 hours long we met with him. That was that. And Monday, things happened that, most of you know what happened, but anyway. So we got a certified letter from Mr. Noble. If I could, I'd like to read this. It says, Masters Bush, Moore, and Tingley, please be advised that my office is in receipt of your May 9th, 2019 letter requesting my convening of a special term of the Breathitt County Fiscal Court on May 16, 2019 at 6 p.m. to address the litany of issues you have proposed for consideration prior to our regular May term. As Master Bush has been so helpful time and time again in informing us of what he feels to be relevant provisions of KRS statutes, I am certain that he has made you familiar with KRS 67090, paragraph 3, which states, the county judge executive may call a special term of the fiscal court for the transaction of any business of which that court has jurisdiction. If a special term is necessary and the county judge executive is unable or refuses to act, a majority of the members of the fiscal court may call a special term. As I am certain you have ascertained, and what I'm sure was an exhaustive study of the Breathitt County Administrative Code, the code itself dictates that in the event that the code conflicts with KRS statute, it is Kentucky revised statute that shall control. Therefore, through the code, may allow any two members of the fiscal court to convene a special term of the fiscal court upon the rejection of such proposal by the county judge executive. The aforementioned provision of KRS 67090 requiring the majority of the members of the court to act in times of necessity to convene a special meeting of the fiscal court indisputably controlled. Understanding Magistrate Bush's heightened legal reasoning abilities, I'll take that. Clearly evidenced by the repeated reference to statute in previous meetings of the fiscal court, I am certain that he noted just as I did the language of KRS 67090 dictating a striking different standard enacted by the General Assembly for when both I, as county judge executive, and you, as member of the fiscal court, may bring about the convening of a special term of the court. As you can see, as county judge executive, I am empowered with the ability to convene a special term of the court to transact any business over which the court has jurisdiction at any time. I may so, however, in your capacity as members of the court, you may convene a special term of the court upon my refusal or failure in act, and only in instances in which a special term is necessary. Well, I have to say, the thing we have to go over was, to us, was necessary. You may feel that the determination of the necessity of a special term of the court is subject to matter that is left to the discretion of the members of the fiscal court. The High Court of the Commonwealth has made clear that you would be mistaken in such a belief. In the fiscal court of Cumberland County versus Board of Education, 230 SW 57, Kentucky 1921, you can clearly see that the court has established there are times the necessity of the court to act to mandate the convening of a special term of a fiscal court to fulfill the obligation incumbent upon it by applicable law or regulation. As chairman of the fiscal court, the chief executive of Breathitt County and county judge executive to whom you must appeal to convene a special term of the fiscal court, it is my determination that none of the agenda items proposed in your May 9th, 2019 letters are so necessary as to require the convening of a special term of the court at any time prior to our next term, regular term. As your proposal makes clear, there are several items you merely wish to discuss, but even your own estimation will require no action. As you do not allow for the taking of such action in your proposed agenda, and as I know you are well aware, the court cannot act outside the provision prescribed agenda in the course of special meeting of the fiscal court. Though it may be of much to you for your consternation, whatever it is, I, as county judge executive, am the only member of the fiscal court empowered with the ability to convene a special term. That's what I saw. Of the fiscal court at will of the General Assembly, as bestowed upon the county judge executive in its broad power to convene a special term of the fiscal court for the transaction of any business over which the court has jurisdiction with no specific limitation. In the same breath, while not prescribing the condition of necessity of a special term upon the convening of a special term by the county judge executive, the General Assembly expressly limited your powers as members of the fiscal court to convene a special term of the fiscal court to instance of necessity stating explicitly if a special term of the court is necessary. The majority of the members of the fiscal court may call a special term. Clearly, you are limited in your capacity as a majority of the fiscal court to convene a special term of the fiscal court, whereas I, as county judge executive, am not. In your May 9th, 2019 request of my office to convene a special term of the court, you made no statement as to the necessity of the special term. Further, by your own admission, you have proposed an agenda containing items cannot be acted upon and are the mere purpose of discussing them in the court. Therefore, I can see no reason that it would be necessary for the fiscal court to act on these matters prior to the regular month term. Therefore, please be advised that I'm hereby denying the May 9th, 2019 request for convening a special term of the Breathitt County Fiscal Court, as you have failed to demonstrate the necessity of such a term as required by law. Please be advised further that in the event you convene any assembly for conduct business related to the items listed on the May 9th, 2019 request of any other business over which the fiscal court has jurisdiction, prior to my express approval upon your due request of evidencing the necessity of action by the fiscal court as required by KRS 67090 for the convening of a special term of the fiscal court. I will refuse to enter into any orders direct action relative to any action you approve during such assembly. In addition to this rejection, I also wish to address another pertinent legal factor facing us as a fiscal court. Again, as I am certain, Magistrate Bush, and what he must have been his Diligent examination of KRS statute has been seen. KRS 67090, paragraph 2 dictates the fiscal court shall hold the term each month, which shall continue until the business of the court is completed. The county judge executive may, by an order of record, fix the dates of the commencement of the regular terms, as I have previously expressed. It is my desire that the fiscal court conduct its business during such a time that may be readily available to the, and observation and conducted to the participation of everybody, or everyday citizen, etc. Whereas we are so blessed that a great many of our constituents are engaged with tasks of their employment, and thereby blessed with occupation during the time that Breathitt County Administrative Code currently dictates we convene our regular monthly term, and whereas the Breathitt County Administrative Code states that in the event of any conflict of its provisions with those of the statutes, shall be provision of KRS statutes that controls. Please be advised that tomorrow, Tuesday, May 14th, 2019, I'll be registering the executive order of my office with the Breathitt County Clerk, setting date for the regular monthly term of the Breathitt County Fiscal Court to be effective immediately. The order shall specify that the special term of the Breathitt County Fiscal Court shall commence on the final Tuesday of each month, at 6:30 in the Fiscal Court, the Breathitt County Courthouse, until further notice. I appreciate your cooperation in this matter. Look forward to discussing these issues concerned with you at our regular monthly term. Should you feel that the aforementioned actions are beyond the powers of my office, well, then I guess I'll see you in court. Yeah, no problem. Okay. I guess we need to establish that we have a right to call this meeting, regardless of what Judge Noble's opinion is. Here, page 12 of the Breathitt County Administrative Code, section 4.2, paragraph 8, states the county judge executive in his own discretion or at the request of the majority, which says 2 matters, but actually it's 3, may call a special meeting for the purpose of transacting any business which the fiscal court has jurisdiction. In other words, a majority of the court can call a meeting. If the judge refuses, and I think our county attorney, Brenda Miller, can vouch for that.
So, I'm sorry.
The administrative code states, like I just read, the county judge executive in his own discretion or at the request. It says 2, actual majority of the matters may call a special meeting for the purpose of transacting any business over which the fiscal court has jurisdiction. So we do have a right to call it.
That's what the administrative code says, and that also mirrors KRS 67090.
Right. So we're not breaking any statutes by holding this meeting.
You have noticed,
Contrary to Mr. Noble's statement.
you have noticed a meeting under that statute.
Correct. So we can go forward.
I'll just state for the record, the representative of Judge Noble has advised me that they will contest any action that's taken at this meeting. So I'll just state that for the record.
Okay.
Wow.
Pretty good job, you do that, ain't you?
Let's see. What's the first on the agenda? First thing on the agenda is discussion and possible action concerning the fiscal year 2019-2020 budget issues. According to KRS statute 68240, the judge executive must submit a budget proposal and an estimate of receipts from federal, state, and local sources to the fiscal court by May 1st of each year, and the budget must be adopted by July the 1st of each year. KRS 68-260. First of all, KRS states that we have to have a jail budget for the fiscal court from the judge and the treasurer by April 1st. Mr. Noble has failed to do that. The jailer did submit us a budget. Okay. It's like the statute says, by May 1st, we, as a fiscal court, by statute must receive a copy of the fiscal year budget 2019-20. We have yet to receive anything. The way that process works, he submits us a budget, we look it over, if we agree to everything on the budget, we vote on it, if it's approved, it's sent to Frankfurt, comes back. If there's anything else we need to change in the budget, like say, let's say you got a budget for whatever, bottom line, like say, let's say, $5 million. After the first reading, what's inside the budget, we can change it around, but we can't change the bottom figure. That has to be submitted to Frankfurt by July 1st, second reading.
Well, we're supposed to have 30 days to look over it.
Right, we have yet to even receive anything, and it's what, May the 16th.
Still seeing the budget.
Right. So I think Mr. Noble is in violation of KRS statute, first of all, for not submitting us a budget on time. I guess we can't take no action on that item. We can move on to, the next on the agenda. Discussion and possible action concerning payroll policies and procedures. We approached our county attorney, Mr. Miller, about the county judge having public forums, which he's got his right, he's got a right to do that, the way I understand it. But, I think our financial officer can state this, or maybe she can pull up the information, that Ms. Charlotte Bailey and Ms. Breathitt Fugit are getting paid for a public forum, which I think it's not legal. Can you, if you not got
Padlocks
access?
on the door, I can't get to
You
mine.
can't get this, okay. Actually, we want to get this, I mean, Judge Noble clearly has stated over and over and over in the meetings, and public forums, that we placed 3 workers on salary. We did. And I'd like to clarify the reason we did do that. When very soon after he was sworn in, he cut everybody to 32 hours, even though the road department was financially well off. Everybody was cut to 32 hours, simply because, and he stated us in a meeting, in his office, put it that way, that the reason he did this because we wouldn't vote for his road supervisor position, his nominee. So we talked to attorneys, and the one we talked to said that Mr. Noble would discriminate against the 3 employees because when he put the road workers back and everybody else back to 40-hour work week, there was 3 employees he did not. That was Sonny Allison, Chris Friley, and Chris Deep. So we thought that was unfair, and the attorney we talked to told us that if Mr. Noble continued, that the 3 employees had a very good labor lawsuit, discrimination lawsuit against him. So we took it on us, and we had to add to the agenda. So we put him on salary, and then make the same money. He would not put them back to we asked him several times to put those 3 employees back to 40 hours. And I know the employees did too. Didn't you, Chris?
I got it in the message.
We figured it up. He says that the reason he did that was financial reasons. We figured it up. What he saved by cutting those 3 employees to 32 hours, he saved $422.48 a week. That's what he saved.
Can I say something else? Chris Friley's pay is half reimbursed from the state. So the county is unliable for half of his salary.
Right. So the reason we put this on the agenda, like I said, we're concerned about Miss Bailey, Miss Fugit receiving pay at a public forum. I don't think that's legal. I mean, if it's a public forum, it's, you should be paid for it. And I think we can address that at a later date. Next item on the agenda, discuss personnel related issues. I'll state this KRS 67710, paragraph 7. Clearly states the judge executive can exercise with the approval of the fiscal court the authority to appoint, supervise, suspend, and remove any county personnel. Stripping someone of their duties like he recently did with Ms. Crystal Deaton. Clearly, It's against statute. You cannot, according to the way I understand this statute, you cannot remove anybody without the, or fire anybody, or whatever he needs to do, remove them without the fiscal court's approval. So he broke statute and that, on that instance. And Crystal, in my opinion, the reason he singled you out, I might be wrong, was because of the jail bill that you took on yourself to, I might be wrong.
I think that's it, and the post that I made on Facebook to his form.
Okay. Could you address what happened on Monday morning?
Monday morning, Jeff Noble called me at 8, a little after 8, asked me to come to his office. Walked in, it was Jeff, Roy Darrell Hurl, Becky Curtis's deputy, Ashley Barnett, and me, and his personal lawyer in his office. He informed me that I had been wrote up on 6 different issues. Not once could he explain what the issues were about. He even at one time looked at his lawyer and told him to explain them to me. He verbally told me he was removing the finance officer job from me and the health insurance, and for me to go to the county garage and do my 911 only. So I'm at the county garage. And I told him Tuesday morning when he came to give the gentlemen their orders at the county garage that I would be back here shortly to get my personal items on Tuesday. He said, that's fine. I walked in and there's a padlock on Chris Frawley's front door and a padlock on mine. He opens the doors, I go into my office to get my personal items and my 911 files, and my phone, there's not even a phone on the wall. He even takes the phone off the wall.
I mean, to me, this building does not belong to any individual. This is a public building, it belongs to the taxpayers of this county. I don't think nobody should have a right to go in and padlock a door. If he has a problem with an employee, and if he was worried about the safety of the building or the safety of the equipment in the building, he should have called the proper authorities and had him even removed, instead of padlocking the doors. He's padlocked right now. I think, like I said, I think he's broke KRS law by doing that. Therefore, Crystal, I'll entertain a motion to, for you to continue to the job that you've been hard to do by the fiscal court. We had a meeting on January when Mr. Noble was sworn in, the first meeting. Ms. Dean was hard at that particular time as 911 coordinator, health insurance coordinator, and financial officer. According to KRS statutes that I just read, 68-240, Mr. Noble does not have authority to remove her from any position unless he has the approval of fiscal court. We're not trying to cause all kinds of problems. People, got different ideas about everything. All we want to do is follow the statute. That's all we got to go by. The statute was here before we got here, it'll be here when we gone. That's all we want to do. So I entertain a motion that Crystal Deaton.
Motion. Second. Motion.
Perform the duties she was hard to do.
I will ask you, if the software has been put on other computers, to have it removed, because I will not go after someone else's. I do secure my job. I will not.
Right.
And I do know the time clock system has been put on the secretary's computer.
So he's removed stuff from your computer,
Yeah, no, he
Do you
had
know-
Matt Hudson come in and add.
a different system put on
Yes,
someone else's computer to
Yes,
do,
and I will not.
to do your job.
I will not jeopardize what my past has led for someone else to have the same problem.
I mean, this makes my fifth year, and I've known Crystal a long time before that, and I think she's done an excellent job. The experience I've had, I mean, never had no issue at all. But I think I don't know what it is, but I don't think it's right. So, you got a motion?
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried.
I'd like to make a motion to be Calvin the same thing that we're paying the Chris of $300. Bring Jamie Holbrook up to $2 and also Ray Pratt $2 that we had promised before. That these doors have been waiting on forever that they never got.
Let me address up here. Administrative code. Breathitt County Administrative Code, page number 50, paragraph 5, states, all county employees shall be appointed and removed by the county judge executive with the approval of the fiscal court.
What's that statute number again?
6-7, I think that's, it's in the administrative code. Okay, 67711, paragraph 1. So you got a motion on the floor, Elvis?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Aye, for it. Motion carried. Next item. Discussion of issues pertaining to the debt of the fiscal court. John Smith's term is over. Until Mr. Noble came in, the jail health bill was around $100,000. Shortly after that, Mr. Noble stated numerous times in meetings and forums, even published in the local newspaper, that we've been turned over to a collection agency because we owe $750,000. Which clearly we as us three masters knew that couldn't be, something had to be wrong. So we came to our treasurer, we asked her. Her response was, all I know is what they sent. We addressed this issue several times in meetings. Myself and Ellis teacher went to Charlotte's office one day. We asked her, have you got anything showing? Show us something that we owe this money. Show us a bill from whoever. She showed us this bill right here. I've got a copy. If y'all want to look at it, you can, you're free. Bottom of it says $766,342.04. That's what they say we owe. However, we like I said, this is the same paper she gave me. If you look on it, these bills was not only for Breathitt County, it was for Wolf County, Alva County, Woodford County, Wolf County, Unable to Find County, Estill County, Alva County, Pike County, Lee County. All combined, they have told this figure. But Breathitt County did not owe this money. But, for whatever reason, Mr. Noble continued to say he and her in a mess. He and her all this county debt. However, we got this from Charlotte Bay. We took it to Crystal B. She said, I'll look into it. She did. She started calling. Tell them what she did about the jail.
First of all, when I looked at the list, I knew that all of it was the Breathitt counties. It clearly stated a lot of the counties beside the names of the inmates. The ones that had Breathitt County, I done research and looked back on our jail bills to see if they were for sure Breathitt County inmates. A lot of them was not. Therefore, those had to be deducted off the total. And at one point, after the court meeting that I was called in to discuss this matter, because Jeff and Charlotte had not let me be any part of it, the situation whatsoever. We had a home conference, Jeff and I, and he called Charlotte because she was going to a doctor's appointment. The gentleman said we owe $349,000, which was probably close to Breathitt County. But at my point at that time, I had it down to $120,000. So I asked the judge and the court if they would give me permission to continue doing it, since I was a finance officer. And they did, but I still didn't get any bills or anything from Charlotte Bailey. This time, Charlotte had called and requested every inmate bill that was on that list, whether it was Lee, Lee, Wolf, Harrison, whoever. She received them all. So I worked diligently to try to get this number down, negotiated with them time and time again, and got them to agree to $29,957.21 to complete Breathitt County's bills. They accepted that. We had a special meeting and to vote on that, and everything was fine. After the meeting, I asked Charlotte if she would give me the bills that she had received, because I had not received them. She informed me she had no bills on numerous occasions. Finally, one day I went back in there again. I said, Charlotte, can I have a copy of those bills to put with the purchase order before we lose this negotiated rate? She said, Crystal, I've received no bills. She said, are you talking about the bills that I requested? And I said, I don't care who requested them, I gotta have them. So, still no luck. She refused to give them to me. So I was telling magistrates one day, they came in here for a meeting. Ray and Ellis Tincher went with me to Judge Noble's office, told him what was going on. He said, I'll get them for you. The next morning I came in, walked into Judge's office and asked him if he'd received them. He informed me was the two here didn't know where they was for me to call and get them myself. And I let my mouth overload me. I told him, I said, Jeff, you know this is bull crap. So I spent all day, but I got them. And the bill has been paid in full, $29,957.21.
Spark right from 700.
And never got a thank you from Jeff Noble. But I have these three magistrates.
What was the total savings on that?
300, almost 320.
I think they have to put an article in there about that.
I appreciate that, Bob.
Appreciate you saying that.
And I didn't do it for Jeff, I didn't do it for me, I did it for the county.
So, the county saved all this money, and you pretty much took it on yourself. I mean, and I know you probably had problems with the judge. I don't, like you stated, but you did took it on yourself. You saved the county this money.
Yes, I did, because I had no help from Jeff or Charlotte, neither one. Not even the contact information until I was on the conference call and asked the man his contact information.
700,000 sound like me.
According to Jeff.
And there's a lot of propaganda out there about how bad a shape this county's in and how much debt we got. This county's not in any debt. Yeah, we've got water lines and stuff like that, but no major debt whatsoever.
You got a proposal in this on this agenda, that we can transfer some money, and pretty much this county is pretty good, sound financially. I mean, you got Knox County that's having problems, you got Wolf County that's having problems, that's virtually bankrupt. I know we've had some, the last 4 years when I've been a part of this court, we've had some tough decisions to make. I mean, we have cut every office in this county, but yet we're still, we're conducting business of the county. If we, in my opinion, if we didn't take the measures we did, we would be in bad shape too. I mean, Mr. Noble can cry that he hurt in the mess, but the mess not too big, just put it that way. And we're here to serve you guys. You elected us to serve your district and do the best job we can do, save you money because we work, we got businesses, we know how it is to pay taxes. And nobody wants to raise taxes. And I know if you listen to our judge, he said that might be an option. But to us three, it is not an option. At least right now. So, I don't know, G, Ms. discussion and audit-related issues and findings. Elaborate on that.
Go ahead.
This, I got a copy right here of it. Which they was hard to put in the paper, the reason that we made the decision we did. And to me, I'll make it public. What you just heard, not working together, and solving these problems with this county and working, and giving, saving money. That's one reason I voted the way I did on a new treasurer. And these, which I love Charlotte. I ain't got a thing against Charlotte. God knows I ain't got nothing against Charlotte. I've known Charlotte for years and years and years. But sometimes in this position, you have got to make tough decisions. And some of them is not too popular. I found that out. But anyway, this is a 2017 budget audit. I've got C1, I'll read them all to you. And the findings of this come from the state auditor's office. But you know, everybody tries to do the best audit they can. You know. Item number one, cites that the fiscal court did not follow proper procedures for year-end budget amendments. Item number two, the fiscal court lacks adequate segregation of duties for occupational tax collections. Item number three, state payments were not deposited timely. Item number four, the fiscal court did not establish adequate controls over general obligation bond fund and the Justice Center Corporation. I think one thing was on the Mack trucks, that it wasn't in the budget properly, it was paid directly to the worldwide. I mean, I'm just addressing this some of the audit findings here. I ain't got a copy of 2016, I don't know. But that's just something we just had on the agenda to discuss.
If you don't make them timely deposits, sure you're gonna be short on payroll or whatever. You'll
Mess
make
up
deposits.
everything.
Messes it all up.
Mix up the whole procedure. No action taken on item number H. Is discussion and possible taking action concerning the awarding of contract labor jobs. Good policy is if you contract somebody, they gotta have all their credentials. They gotta have workers' comp, they gotta have liability insurance. I mean, you gotta have all this. Well, Judge Noble, on numerous occasions, has contracted people, which he has the legal right to do. But that does not have that. If you get a person out here on doing a job, I know he had one person that was installing cameras over the county garage. To my knowledge, he has no workers' comp. If he falls off a ladder, if he gets hurt, electrocuted, whatever, who's going to pick up the bill? You're liable. It's just good business to always have somebody have their credentials in a row. I mean, we've been in business. You gotta have workers' comp, you gotta have liability insurance. That takes care of that problem. I entertain a motion prior to any work being eligible for any bid, out contract work. It must be approved by the fiscal court by project basis. This is only for cost measures. Just save the county money. I mean, like I said, if anybody gets hurt, God help if they, if they do, it was to, but it's possible, anything happens. We're just trying to protect the county. I entertain that motion.
Motion. Second.
Let me say, I mean, it's, the judge is able to contract with people, okay?
Right.
You guys still have to approve the contract at some point in time in order to pay the contract,
Right.
okay? the judge is able, if anything under the bid amount of $20,000 and small, he is able to
Sure.
contract with the people that he chooses. That's an executive function.
Exactly. He's got
As
the
long as they're
right.
legal, that's all we're
He's
saying.
got,
Yeah.
he's got the authority to contract
Absolutely.
any
Whoever
work.
wants to.
But the point I'm making, that some contractors that he has contracted out has no insurance, no.
W-9.
Yeah, no W-9 form, no nothing.
Understand?
I mean, that just opens yourself up for problems. And that has happened. Your motion. Who made the motion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Aye, I'll do that too. Motion carried. I think Miss Charlotte put something in the paper today, or that advertising for bids, that's illegal. You must go through the fiscal court to do that first, to get permission to even advertise. I know she's aware of it, I don't know. But like I said, we're not up here to pick and choose. And we're just trying to do what the law says, best of our ability. And when we see something that somebody's doing, that's gonna put the county at liability, that's all we're doing. And he has not asked permission, like for pipe, gravel, even to advertise. How it works, you got to go through the fiscal court, we approve it to advertise, you advertise, and you got different companies comes in, they'll bid on a particular, the pipe, the gravel, whatever, then it goes through the fiscal court. Then we vote on it, and whoever gets the bid gets the bid. That's how it works. But it's not legal according to KRS to advertise without the approval of the fiscal court. To my knowledge.
What is his job?
He's executive of the county.
Can he have no jurisdiction whatsoever?
He can, but it's got to be approved with the
I
fiscal
know,
court.
but it's assigned to 3 guys that control this county.
Well, it's like any other
Trying to control the county.
It's like the end of it. He's not a dictator. He's not a dictator.
Good
He's
Lord.
executive of the county.
Like you said, we elected you guys. Hey, you doing a hell of a bad job.
That's your opinion.
Yeah, I know.
Disagree.
Everything's got to go
Don't
through a
make
I know
process
that.
here.
See, don't matter what he brings up, you guys know him down. I've been every meeting you been here. Everything. And he's never had the opportunity for one thing.
We met with him Friday afternoon for 2 hours and a half,
And Thursday.
and Thursday.
Well,
Well, let me finish. And then when we left here, everybody shook hands. We was gonna start all new Monday morning, and everybody's gonna work together and get along. And then what happened?
Yeah, let me add that, when we did all this, the letters he wrote to Chris Friley and Crystal Deep was written on a Wednesday. We met him on a Thursday.
Do it when we talk
and
to him.
Friday. He knew all about this, but we never mentioned nothing about this, never mentioned anything, nothing. First time we knew it was Monday morning when he came in and did what he did.
when I read in the paper, he said, you guys can control it, but he'd be here when it fails.
We got no problem with
That's
that.
right.
Let him do it right.
That's exactly.
That's all
You
we
guys
ask
can go
for.
on with a few things, at least one. You never
And
won
it ain't gonna make
one.
no difference going along, it's whatever's right.
No, it ain't right.
Yes, it is.
You know,
We never had this problem before.
that's
Never
right.
been
Jeff
there.
always been elected, we wouldn't be standing here today. That's right.
I mean, the previous administration, we never had no problem.
I know you never had no
We
problem.
worked them out
You done
when we got
what
in
you
there.
wanted to.
What?
You guys done everything you wanted to do. That's right. You never had nobody standing in these hallways.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
One thing that you're allowed to do here tonight with this meeting is they're allowing you to ask questions and have input as citizens. You do that in a regular fiscal court meeting, you get told you're gonna get took out of the courtroom. So, yeah, you're getting to speak. And you know,
I'll tell
the
you what
rest
I'm
of us
gonna do,
get
I'm
to
gonna leave, because it's a bunch of maggots anyway.
That's a much better place.
Well, Lord have
That where he needs to be. Where he needs to be. Nobody's running out.
Item I, item I. Discussion ordering of interfund transfers. As of the April 23rd meeting, our road fund had $1,537,916.91. That's in the road fund. There's I think it's in the agenda, I think it's on account number 014910, which states it's an amount of $223,032. That's a truck license refund revenue that you can, each year, whatever that amount is, you can transfer out of the road fund into the general fund.
And Title 109 of the Kentucky Administrative Regulations, Chapter 15, Section 020 allows them to do that. And what that is, there's certain administrative costs that are budgeted in the general fund. Most of them are salaries. Judge executive salary, treasurer's salary, magistrate salary. And the theory is that these people, so much of their work goes towards the road fund. And because of that, those laws allow you to take a prorated portion of their budgeted appropriations, total that up, and move it from the road fund to the general fund. That way, in theory, the road fund's kicking in and paying their part of these people's salaries and costs for their work in the road department. And that's what allows them to do that.
The way I understand it, if we don't transfer this now, then we won't be able to transfer this amount after the new budget, which starts July 1st. Is that correct, Mitch? So we're transferring this money, $223,032 out of the general, and out of the road fund to the general fund, and transfer that amount of $150,000 to be paid to the Kentucky Auditor's Office, which pays our audits that we owe from the Sheriff's Department. I think that'll take care of that bill. So,
What's that coming out of?
Well, the road fund.
Coming out of the road fund.
$223,032 transfer from the road fund to the general fund, with $150,000 going to the Kentucky Auditor's Office.
Of that transfer.
Of that transfer,
Up to the.
up to $150,000. I entertain that motion.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
You also want to take the balance of that and leave it in the general fund for whatever it needs to be used for, right?
Right. We just transferred $150,000 to the Kentucky State Auditor's Office.
For the audit bill. Right.
So that takes care of that bill. Ayes have it, motion carries. Item number J.
I think Brandon might want to speak on that. We
Discuss some issues pertaining to the community forum.
I think that, of course, the judge has the ability to appoint those people to the board, or at least bring the nominations, so I don't know if there's any action you can take on that tonight.
Can we
discuss it.
Can we make a motion to establish a board? He can put whoever wants to on it, as long as we get a board. That's all we're worried about.
I believe that would be, it's, as a meeting, that's probably as possible, but you can't put anybody on it
No, we're not bringing
without the
anything
names
in.
being brought by the judge.
We just want to consideration to make a motion to establish a supervision, LPU supervision board.
And they might even want to change the name, that's what we
Right.
call it that.
That's just to start the establishment of the board.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion carried.
Can I speak to you all about that?
Yes.
Are y'all, no, turn that thing around. I was concerned about we got family members up on the Clemens Ritchie Cemetery. would y'all be considered putting a family person that's got family member on that board? That would be really nice.
For
if we
me, that's the
did.
reason we established
But it's
this
been
board.
told left up to the,
Because,
And
I
judge.
mean, I've got family members that cleans that cemetery up weekly. The Elkview, weekly.
the way I understand it, it's up to the judge to make
I understand.
whoever.
I really do.
Motion, we approve it or disapprove, whoever he comes up with. That's what
I
I'm saying.
understand that.
It's up to him, we can't tell him, we could make suggestions, but it's up to him.
I understand that. I do.
I think
I
that's
just
a
figured
good
I'd throw that
idea.
out there for you.
Right, right.
Yes.
That's eventually gonna be a good thing.
Do what?
That's eventually gonna be. a
Oh,
good
I know,
thing.
I'm back there at least once a week with the
Oh,
horses and stuff, or at least once every 2 weeks with the
A lot of money
horses.
going up there, and we just want.
Oh, I know, I'm either between Flint Ridge or Elkview.
Establish a
I'm
board
all along the way.
to address all them issues, and you know, that, I think that'd be the best way to go.
Yes, I thank you.
All right. Moving on. Discussion of issues pertaining to the community forums. As you know, the community forums that Mr. Noble has attended and called or whatever, that I think we went to one. At that first meeting, we was advised by our county attorney, Mr. Brendan Miller, that we could not conduct any county business in a community forum. And if we resolved the whole fiscal court was present, we'd be in violation of KRS statute. Is that correct, Brendan?
That is correct. I mean, the first one that you have, when I walked in, all of you were there with the judge. Luckily, and I made clear by statement in that forum that you did not take any county business, so that was not an actual meeting.
Correct.
But anytime that you guys are, three or more of you are together discussing county business, you're subject to the Open Meetings Act. And so basically, if there's a forum, you guys can have two of you, not three. Or a judge can have his, he's certainly entitled to that, and he's doing so. But that's purely fine, but you just guys can't be together and discuss county business or take action.
We made a suggestion to Mr. Noble that, you know, if he wanted to do that, then we could just call a regular meeting, call a special meeting or whatever. Address, you know, maybe we need to do something what we're doing right here, instead of just going in there and firstly, the ones I saw was pretty much one-sided. So we just want to state the reason we have not been attending, because like Brendan said, we're breaking the law. If we all show up.
Yeah, and I think I've stated in a prior meeting, and my recommendation would be to either notice it as a special meeting, which would be difficult to do because you want to discuss general topics in that. And a special meeting has to be pointed and specific of what you address. It could be made basically part of a regular meeting to have general audience time, and that's kind of what that should be, and have it at a time, you know. I know there's issues of people who weren't getting there, you know, you could have that at a time, but it has to be noticed in order for it to be valid.
Right.
You guys, again, can't take any, but if you discuss something and you wish to take action at that, it would be best to be part of a regular meeting.
Well, another thing, that what I read at the beginning of the meeting there, the way I understand the KRS statute there, that Mr. Noble has not the right to take it on his own to change the regular time meeting. It states in the administrative code, unless we change the administrative code, and if he does that, it's got to be the approval. I think if he calls, it's like majority, if we try to make amendments to the code, it's got to have
But that's not on the agenda.
well, I know, I mean,
That's not on the agenda.
okay, we addressed the county community forums. Okay, no action on that. Next, is discussion and possible action concerning Mr. George Campbell. If you don't know who Mr. Campbell is, he's County Judge Noble's lawyer. We've had several employees come to us because he's here every day. I mean, we all had lawyers, but I never had one that stayed with, I mean, you may have, I ain't. But anyway, I can't afford one hardly, of course I have to have one. But we've been approached for several employees that Mr. Campbell has access to private records, computers, whatever, and we think it's a problem. Number one, he is not a Breathitt County employee, and he is not an elected official. So why should anyone have access to your guys' personal records? I mean, if he's with the judge, and if the judge has got access to them, I mean, easy got. Therefore, I entertain a motion, I think me and Brenda discussed this, to submit a statement on behalf of the Breathitt County Fiscal Court requesting and authorizing the county attorney to refer George Campbell to the proper investigative authorities for the purpose of determining whether or not a breach of law has occurred with regard to improper, and illegal access to private county information.
I'll say this before you vote. If anybody gives me credible information of that, I will submit it. You don't need to have a motion to that effect. I mean, if you want to, that's fine, but I will, as same as with any activity in the county that's submitted to me as county attorney that's on valid evidence or by affidavit or valid evidence, I have a duty at that time to act on that, and I do. So if that were to be the case in any situation, not just with this situation, it will be referred to the appropriate authorities for them to look at. And I think probably the sheriff can vouch for that when that does come up, and now that the sheriff is willing to look into those things, and we'll get it to the correct people, if and only if I'm given valid evidence, okay? Not hearsay, not rumors, not anything like that. It has to be valid or affidavit evidence that is submitted to me for me to act on. Same as would be probable cause for a criminal charge in my criminal prosecution role, okay? So.
Brandon, my issue with Monday, was it legal for Jeff Noble to have an audience, so to speak, in there when he addressed my write-up?
Don't know if that's addressed in the administrative code at this time. Is that an issue that we're dealing with here on this agenda item?
So he was present,
Yes, he was.
Mr. Campbell was present when
Like I
Was
say,
it legal for him to do the write-up?
if you want to give me a written request, I'll answer that. I'm not gonna have.
Because I've got him admitting to doing it,
Okay.
and Jeff admitted to him doing it.
I've been around this county all my life. I was raised here, I mean, and I have never, which it may have happened, I mean, I have never known of any county judge dating back to before Lynn Henson that a county judge had a personal lawyer. I mean, they had lawyers, but they didn't have nobody right with them every day. I mean, just me. Another note I want to make, Brandon, is I've been approached that Mr. Campbell with a complaint that Mr. Campbell has been negotiating county business, like the sale of a building, on behalf of, I guess, the county judge. I mean, is that legal, in your opinion? I mean,
Well, I mean.
is it up to it's judge in the fiscal court to address
Well,
the thing?
the county building to be sold would have to be offered for bid. I mean, it's pursuant to the statute of any county property cannot be sold by private sale unless it's to another governmental entity. And that's fully covered in statute, so that's the first I've heard of that. I have.
But could he even negotiate the deal? Whether it's sold or not, could he even negotiate it?
I don't know if it could be binding unless the judge negotiates it.
Right. So, no,
He'd have to have our permission,
To sell property?
You gotta have approval.
Sure.
the law.
Fiscal court.
Oh, yeah. I mean, in order to sell property.
You'd have to negotiate
Absolutely.
with the judge.
The judge has authority, not the
Yeah.
attorney, what we're saying.
I mean, well, the judge has, I mean, like he has done, he has hired his own private counsel. He's certainly entitled to do that. Now, what actions can be taken on behalf of the judge is subject to agency law, okay? And that is basically when someone is your agent, and your attorney basically is that, they can undertake certain items that the principal gives permission for them to undertake, okay? Now, for anything to be binding, upon the county for sale of private property or personal property would have to be approved by the fiscal court. Okay. I mean, I'm not for sure what is actually taking place, or as far as negotiation, what you're saying, I mean, but nothing's gonna be binding until it's actually acted upon by the fiscal court in selling county property.
Right.
Okay.
So you're saying we don't need to entertain a motion?
Well, I
Give you
mean,
permission to
I
do-
mean, bottom line is, I mean, you don't have to give me permission. If I find that there's activity that's illegal, I will act upon it.
Or won't we just go ahead with the motion we?
That's my job. I mean, you guys can direct me. I use my discretion as an elected official anyway, but I'm gonna do my job.
We'll just take it to a vote. I'll read, once again, motion to submit a statement to Breathitt County Fiscal Court requesting and authorizing Breathitt County Attorney to refer Derek George Campbell to the proper investigative authority for the purpose of determining whether or not a breach of law has occurred with regards to improper and illegal access to private county information. Entertain that motion, make a motion. Second. Any discussion, no discussion? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Ayes have it, motion carried. Okay, item number M. Discussion and possible action concerning road department issues. We discussed with Judge Noble numerous times, and I think it's in the administrative code here about the road plan. I know we used to in the past, we had a Breathitt County road plan where you worked in one district 2 weeks or 1 week or whatever, and move on to the next district. And I'm found it here. Because as of late, I mean, says here in page number 10, Breathitt County Administrative Code, or page number 11. It says all bridge work is to be bid and presented to the fiscal court. Bids are to be turned in and opened at the fiscal court meeting. Each district will be allotted $2,000 per month for gravel. Each district will be allotted $750,000 per month for pipe. $750, sorry. The Secretary of the County Garage will be responsible for ledgering all gravel and pipe received for each district and ledger the location of all gravel and pipe. Gravel must be dumped close to the location to save fuel. On the bottom line here, any expenditure above an allotted amount shall be approved by the fiscal court. The statement I like to make, this past month, we voted to pay for it. One district got $4,200 worth. I got $500 worth in my district. I think Ellis Tencher and Ray Moore got about the same in his district. Another district got $4,200. The last time I checked with Breathitt, we ain't had the regular meeting yet, but so far, my district got nothing. Zero. No gravel.
What district up to 42?
District number 2.
And I think we come back, we got 1,700 more. Ellis got 14 something, I got 5 something. Donnie Bush got 0.
But another issue, I've got people that's called me that the gravel's going on private drives, but with zero rock, it ain't going to my district. And I think we need to address this, go back to starting the new fiscal year, go back to the road plan. Each district, like I said, for 1 week, 2 weeks, move on to the next district. I know Judge Noble stated that he keep equipment in there for, he built, to get the road fixed. I might be okay, but he's been in 4 months, and when you got equipment in one district, the other district, there's 4 districts in this county, and he's the judge of the whole county, not one district. I mean, like I said, we're here as magistrates, we represent our districts. I'm number 1, Ellis number 4, Ray's number 3. You know, that's what, like I said, the guy elected us to do. That's what we're trying to do. We don't want more of what, you know, nobody else, but we want our part, our district. If we want to go in there and vote for $8,000 worth of gravel, and I get $500 worth, well, my district ain't getting much. It might even out, you know, in the long run, but so far it's not, at least in my district. So I entertain a motion, starting July 1st, that we go back to the Breathitt County Road Department, road plan, and we can work out if it's 2 weeks or a week, whatever. What do you want to say?
No, we worked good before.
How long in each district? 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
Now, I'll say something else about that, like if you have a death,
Right,
same thing in my district, or emergency, or whatever, nobody never says a word. They go to the other district, do what needs to be done, and gets it over. Nobody don't have no complaints with that.
So I entertain that motion.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. What?
It's not clear.
We can go back to that, can't we, Brenda?
What's that?
Another item.
Chris, lead the situation.
Just make sure it's clear on it.
Right.
To continue her job that she was hired to do a physical report at 911, health, and finance officer back in January.
We'll just,
You do bring this up? Just read it.
you don't got none.
You don't got none?
You still,
You're still.
DES director?
You still have the county garage? Are you back? I thought he moved. Oh, you back?
Been cutting wood.
Right. I think we ought to add to that, Chris. Depending. That is, that's right. You're off to be here. How can you do?
You know, that's
Hey, Roland.
that's an item, you know, that will be definitely, when I understand, contested, because the comment was made to me that the judge decides where the offices are. And I believe that's probably an executive function to decide where the offices are, as long as they're employed.
So
I mean,
he has-
I don't have an answer for you that right now, but I know that's been, I believe would be the issue, is that, you know, the judge can probably assign people places to work within the courthouse or wherever.
So he has authority to padlock the doors.
I'm not going to comment on that.
So we put it in motion then, right? Vote on it.
Well,
We done that. But it works not.
Chris, you got 6 counts he wrote you up.
I'm popular. Our main voice.
Okay, is that it?
I think it took care of the agenda.
That's it. We got some faith.
Can I just say a couple things?
Go right ahead.
There's times I agree, I think the thing that we have to realize, nobody's 100% right or wrong all of the time, and we can, there's no reason why we can't work together. And if there's something, my magistrate knows that if, I'm gonna talk to him, if I agree, I disagree. Just to address, because I know it was on the forum, Charlotte Bailey, we all love her. There's no one around this room that does not love Charlotte, am I right?
That's right.
Now,
I've worked with her 9 years, I've never had a problem with her.
My only thing that I said to, I was sorry, I hate that it had to be so public. Sometimes I think it's time for me to quit as director of the mission, but I hope if somebody else decides that they don't do it in public, you know what I'm saying? So, but I'm not saying that I understand, but that's the only thing I want to say about Charlotte, because I do want to appreciate her. And as far as Crystal is concerned, Lord have mercy. That was a wonderful job that she did on working all that out.
Yes, it
If
was.
I have an employee who does that for me, I'm gonna say, good job, keep going, not,
You ain't gonna lock them out their office.
no, and I'm not gonna be sorry because I didn't get the credit for it. I don't care who gets the credit, just save me some money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Standing here in this hallway, here we are. Lord have mercy, did you think it would come to this, folks?
No.
That we'd be standing in a hallway?
It's a disgrace.
And when I went to the court, I went to when, Judge Fletcher's courtroom when you all were there. I sat in the audience and I saw our judge on one side and our magistrates on the other. And I'm telling you, tears came to my eyes. I thought, this is not the way for us to get anything done in the county, you know? And I mean, frankly, if you tell me you want to work with me and then you sue me, I'm not sure if I'm going to believe that. But my question is, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And I've talked with Judge Noble. I believe that everybody wants what's best for the county, but we've got to make some compromises and some things differently instead of everything coming to, let's sue, let's do this, whatever.
Look where we're right now.
So my question is, and I don't know who this question is for, but what do we do? What do the citizens do? You've just gone through a lot of things, which I think we mostly know that it's not going to be done, right?
Well, we honestly sat down 2 hours and a half Friday afternoon.
Right.
We came back from Frankfurt.
Right.
And honestly, I've been here going on 9 years. I thought we had everything worked out.
But
I'm telling you the truth.
It's a shame to me.
what can we do?
He make sarcastic remarks to me about the KRS and all this. Well, the reason I do this, because I want to know what the law says. When I get in here, I remember went to law school, I can read, when the statute clearly states what it states, and do we have to go to the extreme to go to court, see what it means? Read it.
What
We all
can we
went to
do?
school.
What can the citizens do?
I don't know.
That our court can
We
do?
never had this
What
problem
can we
before. Just because the law disagrees with
do? Is there
me,
anything we can do?
I'm not gonna take you to court. If the law says I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
Stop having them forums and come to these meetings and they have a lot. Because them forums is a
I
joke.
mean, this is so sad, don't y'all agree?
Because we are not allowed to defend ourselves, that's exactly right.
Yeah,
It's a joke.
community forum is basically one-sided. If we don't show up, and you know, I mean, it's a one-sided conversation.
Guys, I was saying, I know you didn't want to have some discussion, but as long as it's related to an agenda item, you can do it. If not, this is a special meeting, it's not a regular meeting, so I wouldn't let that go to you. Okay?
Sorry.
No.
You don't really like that.
I'm trying to keep that.
I know.
Needs to be fed.
Have a motion.
Yeah.
Kevin, Jamie.
Ray Pat?
Effective immediately.
Jackie?
I have to go back and record about it.
Now, if you say immediately, it's on your list. You just want to go ahead and start Saturday, that's your new paper.
Next payroll.
Effective
Next payroll.
May the 18th.
Make a motion to amend, the pay increase for, Ray Patrick, Jimmy Holbrook, Calvin Song. May the 18th, next payroll.
Effective May.
Yes, next payroll.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Ayes have it, motion carries. Entertain a motion for adjournment.
Motion.
All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Next question now.
That's the only question you want, man.